Okay, so to quickly review, since we already went over this, it is going to be a pretty quick review. I'm going to do the first two examples on this page, which you may or may not have done for homework. So if you remember, we filled in the chart first, then we plugged it into the formula and solved. So P refers to our principal amount invested or borrowed. This says 2,600 was invested, which makes it our principal amount. The rate is the interest rate, so that's 7%, which I will write in its decimal form, so 0.07. This capital N refers to how often it's compounded. So because it's compounded annually, that means once a year. And then the small I refers to actually taking our 0.07 and dividing by the compounding period. So it is R divided by N. 0.07 divided by 1 is just 0.07. And then this N here refers to taking our N and timesing it by the term. So in this case, our N is, of course, 1, because it's compounded annually, and the term is 6 years. So 1 times 6, which is 6. Then we're going to plug those numbers into our formula. So I'm just going to scroll down. The formula that we were using was this. It's a modified version of probably the formula you would have learned in grade 10, where basically we just do some of the work before we plug the numbers in. So like we already did, R divided by N and the N times T. So P is your 2,600. It's always 1 plus, no matter what. Doesn't matter. A lot of people think that that 1 has to do with the compounding period. It does not. It is always 1 plus. Doesn't matter if it's compounded annually, semi-annually, quarterly, daily, it is still 1 plus. And then the next part of the formula is I. So that was our answer for when we did R divided by N. So it's our answer to this column here, the I. So 0.07. And then to the power of N, so that was our answer to the last column, which was 6. So that simplifies to 2,600, 1.07 to the power of 6. And then if you remember, order of operations says that we do the 1.07 to the power of 6 first. You get your answer, and then you times by that number out in front. And when you do that, what do you get as an answer? 3,901.9. Perfect. Taking your word for it because I forgot to bring my calculator up here. It looks right though. All right, so I'm going to do another one really quickly, one that is not annually. So we'll just do the next one where it's semi-annually. So the principal amount says 8,000 was borrowed, so that makes 8,000 our principal amount. 13.2%, which is 0.132. Of course, if you're not sure, you can always divide by 100. It will give you the percent in its decimal form. So 0.132. And then it's compounded semi-annually. That means twice a year. So it means that my N is 2. The next step here is to take my percent, my 0.132, and divide by my compounding period. So 0.132 divided by 2, which is 0.076. Close. Really? Wait, say it again. 0.132 divided by 2. You're probably right. Bad at mental math. Damn. 0.66? Okay. Oh, right. No, I knew that actually. That's my bad. Oh, yeah, it is that. Okay, 0.066. And then the next one, we take our compounding period, number 2, and then times it by the amount of years. So in this case, 11 years. So it gives us 22. Plug it into the formula. Our principal amount was 8,000. So we plug that in for P. Then again, it's always 1 plus. Our I was 0.066. And then to the power of the last column, which was 22. So that gives us 8,000, bracket 1.066, and then to the power of 22. And again, order of operations says we do that exponent first. So our 1.066 to the power of 22, get an answer, and then you times that by 8,000. And again, I forgot to bring my calculator up, so can you tell me what the answer is? Did you times it by 8,000? Okay. That is a big loan. I got distracted after 32,000. Why don't I know how to do things? There we go. Okay, 32,639.80. Woohoo! All right, so if you did not already, you'll finish the rest of the page. Really quickly, we're only going to stick to annually, semi-annually, and quarterly. So just as a reminder, quarterly means that your capital N would be 4, because it means charged interest, or you earn interest 4 times a year. So you're going to finish the page. If you did not already, I suggest filling in the table and then plugging it into the formula below like we just did. That's it. That's all.